Avengers 2.5, I mean Captain America Civil War, stars Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and Chris Evans as Captain America.
Civil War is directed by the Russo brothers, who have also directed Captain America Winter Soldier. Once again, they have done amazing.
Going into this movie, Isaac and I were really concerned with how many characters there were and how they were going to handle the development of each character to make us actually care. Because in a film like this, when you have a bunch of characters, it can be hard to establish emotion with everybody and, really drive the plot along. This movie is essentially Captain America's movie, and you really do feel that, even though there are other characters tangled within it. But it actually does revolve around Captain America more so than you might think. This movie is basically the boiling point for all the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everything that's built up to this point after The Incredible Hulk comes to a clash in this film.
In this movie, the government wants to be involved with the Avengers. The Avengers have been doing a lot of destruction over the past movies, and they want to become, like...
The leaders, essentially.
Yeah. They don't like how they're doing a whole bunch of destruction, so every single time that it's going to be something really bad happening, they get the Avengers involved.
And that basically brings us to the two sides of the story. There's Captain America's side and Iron Man's side. And Iron Man is kind of more with the government, which is kind of weird because at the beginning of Iron Man 1, you would have never expected that. And he's like, his character arc has brought him to the point where he's actually with the government. He wants the government to basically be allowed to tell him what they can and can't fight because he doesn't want that responsibility on his back. There's a couple scenes that happen within this movie that kind of go more into detail with that. And this isn't a spoilers review, otherwise we'd give that away. But there is a character arc that happens, throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is actually kind of cool. And same goes with Chris Evans. He started America's sweetheart. Everything that Uncle Sam told him to do, he was for it. And he's actually the one against the government in this movie, which is kind of a interesting take.
On Iron Man's side, there is Iron Man, War Machine, Black Widow, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Vision. And then on Captain America's side, there is Captain America, Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, and Bucky.
And now let's get to what everybody was waiting to hear in this review, and that's us talk about Spider-Man.
I think Tom Holland did an amazing job as Spider-Man. I think he did a good job as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Those are the two things that you really need for a Spider-Man casting choice. He wasn't in the film for that long. He was in it for maybe under 30 minutes, but from the performance that he did, I think that he did amazing.
Yeah, granted, he was in 2 scenes in the movie, and one of them was in a majority, it was mainly CGI.
Yeah.
But the scene where he was actually portraying Peter Parker, fantastic. I'm really looking forward to a solo Spider-Man film now. Like I said, he was in a couple scenes and he did great, but that doesn't always translate to being able to carry a whole movie. But it looks very, very promising. Another great character that was introduced in Captain America Civil War was Black Panther. And I was not expecting to like Black Panther at all. Not for any reason like that.
Yeah.
But just I know I wasn't really familiar with the character beforehand, and I wasn't sure how they're going to execute his introduction with it feeling... I was afraid it was going to feel too crowded in the movie. And, with all these other Avengers in there and trying to get Black Panther's backstory mushed in there somehow. It actually worked very nicely, and he's actually shot up to one of my favorite Avengers so far. He's not an official Avenger yet, but he's going to be in the future films. So he has a very interesting story arc, and he actually drives the plot along rather than feeling forced in. They've thought it out very well, and I thought he was a great addition to the team. And of course, it would be an absolute travesty if I didn't talk about the airport fight scene. And I'm not joking with you guys. This is the top 5 contender in all of action scenes ever created.
Definitely.
This fight scene, this action scene in the airport is 15 plus minutes long, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I'm not gonna spoil anything. There's a lot of cool things that happen. You get to see your favorite superheroes clash head to head. You know,
Yes.
you've seen all the trailers. You've probably seen the movie if you're watching this, but if you haven't, I'm not going to spoil it. Again, it's not a spoiler review, but great. It's a contestant. It's arguably one of the greatest action scenes ever.
CGI and the choreography worked so well together.
Going into this movie, we had very similar opinions on whose side we were on. Part of the major marketing campaign for this movie was the Team Iron Man, Team Captain
Yes.
America, and you know it was kind of fun to like choose a side who you wanted to win in this fight against like Avengers against Avengers, and basically me and Isaac had the same ideology, I guess.
Yeah.
Going into the movie.
We're on Iron Man's side for the characters. We're not going by his meaning because we don't really like how they're being ruled by the government. That's why we're kind of on Captain America's side. He's fighting towards the government, but we're still on Iron Man's side just for the character.
There was a few minor details in this movie, which, you know, no movie's perfect, and I think there will be a couple little nuggets of things that people will walk out of the movie and be like, what was that about?
I loved this movie without a doubt. I didn't really see, and well, there was a couple things that I didn't like about the movie, but I thought it was fantastic. I am going to have to give this movie 5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie too. I'm going to give it a 4.7 out of 5 stars. Well, that wraps it up for us for the Captain America Civil War review. Have you guys seen Captain America Civil War? Are you looking forward to seeing it? Comment below and let me know. Make sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys in the next review. And it would be an absolute travesty if we didn't talk about the airport fight scene.
Wait, you said travesty.
That's a word.
It is?
Yeah.
Travis?
Travesty.
What?
Like,
I thought it was tragedy.
travesty?
Yeah.
It's travesty.
No, what? No, it's not. No, it's not.
What do you think?
Tragedy. I never thought it was travesty.
There's a tragedy, and there's travesty, and there's...
Oh, I'm so stupid. Like, tragedy.
Anyways.
I feel like such an idiot, man.
Well, while Isaac goes back to second grade, we can talk about the airport... No.
Is it gonna be a blooper?
I don't know. Maybe.